Double A boys Pool B matchup. It's Wellington College in the yellow strip taking on Christ College, the champions from Canterbury. Both teams are coming off wins, albeit a little bit close for both of them, but this is a must-win game for either of these two teams. Yeah, and also in a pool that there could be three-way ties. Not only do you need a win, you also need to try to win by as much as you possibly can. There's Sione on the little drive. Long range three there from Jaden Taufali. Darling comes away with it. An early foul there for Lelei Tautau from Wellington Cole, transferred from Tawa College last year. Won't want him to really pick up too many fouls early on. He is a key player in their team. Yeah, I mean, whoever gets into foul trouble between Darling and Lelei, I mean, it's going to be huge as we see triple post as they go into Darling to go to work on the interior early. Whoever can win that battle, you can see why it's so pivotal, because that's the skill that they have. Max Darling, he's come across from Nelson College, I believe, to join Christ College. A bit of player movement in both of these two teams. Sione well defended on the drive. And a lovely finish there for Christ. William Harrison, number 6. One of the under-19 Canterbury reps as we see him driving past Kieran Paul and initiating the contact, and a lovely little finish. He made the tournament team a year ago at under-17 level, so he is a highly touted player. Good looking stroke on him. Adds the extras. Early lead here for Christ College. Sione just breaking some ankles there. Taufali from the corner. He is their designated three-point shooter, the man with the purple shoes. Been coached against this Wellington Cole side a couple of times in the Wellington competition. He's definitely one you can't really leave open on the perimeter. Good pressure there from Kieran Andrews-Paul. He's another live wire player for this Cole side who's a real key, especially on the defensive end. Yeah, converting across from rugby, the Masterton product, very, very athletic. Not a bad three-point shooter either. There's the little ISO play for Lelei. Well defended from Christ College. There's a look at Mark Dickel. Such a competitor. Played against him, played with him. And he is definitely one not to back down for anyone. As we see De Geest launch from long range. There is Salo Taufali, head coach for the Dub C team. As we see Sione get loose. Yeah, and Sione, he hit the game winner when they won the Pollen Cup for the first time since 1995. That is the championship in the Wellington region. And Sione had 20 points in that narrow win over St. Pat's Kilburney and hit the game winner. So his confidence in a clutch situation will be high. I believe he trained with the Saints earlier in the year. A little bit, but it's hard to hang with the likes of Shea Ely, Isaac Latoa, Jackson Stubbins. It's not an easy point guard lineup to train against. Great one if you want to get better, as we see Kieran comes away hobbling. Let's hope he's okay. Out of bounds for yellow. Wellington Cole. And lots of hands in there. Number 10, Jackson Stewart, gets called for the foul. Good tenacity shown there from Sione. Yeah, of course, we mentioned Isaac Latoa before he went to Westlake. His family moved up from Wellington to Auckland. He was a Dub C old boy and just recently made the Tall Blacks. I'm sure Isaac will be checking in from Dartmouth, where he's now a freshman. Hustle. Lelei hits the deck, as does Jackson Stewart for Christ College. Motions the call from Sparky Dickel. We see their shuffle set here. They're going to bring their shooter, Harrison, off a stagger down screen. turnover. Wellington Cole down by 1 early in this first quarter. AA boys Pool B matchup. Here's Lelei, a little bit of a shake and bait. He can shoot that mid-range jumper. Geist. Great find there and great gather and finish. Darling showing some great skills.
Yeah, he got a little bit of minutes for Coach Sparky Dickel at the Canterbury Rams level and did really well when he got those opportunities earlier this year in NBL.
Stewart to Darling. Late shot clock here, 5 seconds. Not the best of offensive sets there from Christ College. They'll be wanting to do a little bit better than that.
Jaden Tafali did a great job denying the reversal and broke up the offense. Little 17 flash there as former coach Danny Page must have installed that from our national program before he got an opportunity to go and coach in Asia and turn the team over to his assistant Salo.
There's Salo, Taufali. Lots of history in that basketball family. Taufali from the corner, the next generation of Taufalis. Here's the Geist. Little horn set coming here. Well defended from WC and good run out there.
Sione Helu is a very good kick-ahead passer. He really keeps his eyes up and he will see all those opportunities if his teammates run.
Motion again, you look for the little shuffle. Max Darling was open last time and they ran that. There he goes. They get the ball into good position from Stewart with the pass, but that shuffle action, that could be a good play for them to go to. Get Starling the ball right down where you want him in the deep catch there. And it's going to be tough to stop if they can get that past him.
And if they tag that foul on Lelei, that would be his second personal. See that Wellington College has made a sub to get bigger. Haven Dixon sometimes plays at the 4, but he's subbed on for Tafali at this situation to play the 3, so they're trying to get more length on the court to deal with Darling's interior presence.
Interesting to see how that unfolds. There's Jaden Tafali, here's Haven. Good look there. Nice rebound from Lelei. And Haven gets go-go gadget arms going. Sione with the pull-up. They're crashing the O-boards hard. But nothing to show for their efforts there. Christ College, 3 points to lead. Stewart gets it blocked. Well broken up there. Christ College. Most teams have a roster of 12, just 9 for this Christ College team.
They really only play basically their starters, so if these guys are going to win today, they're going to really have to dig deep in their second game, basically playing 40 minutes each.
It's a tough ask at this tournament because it is such a big tournament. 5 games over the first 3 days for most teams.
Every team in AA competition will play those 5 games across the first 3. So it really is a war of attrition.
Darling looking to get something going. On the kick out, that's Jackson Stewart. Coast to coast, that's what Sione does so well. I know when Rongotai played them in the Wellington comp, it was a feature of our scout, was really getting back in numbers to stop Sione's penetration.
And here's another person who's tough in transition, and that's Kieran Andrews, Paul. He's super quick as well, but maybe not quite the finisher.
To Geese to Darling. It's a little bit stagnant here. 10 on the shot clock. De Geest from the corner. They look a little tired, does Christ College. Haven. He can shoot the three. He's a good three-point shooter. Shot clock winding down. Tompkinson. Really good from mid-range is William Tompkinson. Another horn set here from Christ College. They pop Darling for an open three, and he obliges. Good-looking shot. He's a good shooter from outside.
Yeah, he can face up a little bit. I mean, it's probably not his forte, but he has to be respected, and he can make plays off the bounce.
Lelei, Tautau, he can shoot that three. It's probably good for like 2 or 3 attempts a game.
He prefers it right straight on, though.
Geest, another miss. Here's Sione on the push out. There we go. There's the strength of the Wellington College side. Their athletic play of Sione and Kieran Andrews Paul, just able to get the ball and push.
Yeah, and we see Sione here hitting it with that little shimmy and back to the right to left Euro step. Isn't quite able to convert coming back to his left hand, but is able to draw the foul. It's been a busy boy this year as the deputy head boy. It's Dub C's 150th anniversary as a school, so been a lot of ceremonial duties for Sione to perform around his academics and his basketball.
Subs in for Wellington College. Darling on a pretty backdoor pass, and De Geest gets a lucky roll of the dice there.
Not sure if it should count.
He hung on to the hoop a little bit. I think that was to keep his balance. Nice kick out from Sione. That's Villalobos Santana with the miss.
Yeah, he's more of a defensive specialist, not the best shooter.
Darling, Maxwell Darling, great set of skills shown there. He's a big unit, not afraid to put it on the deck.
Yeah, and he really wants to get back to his right hand if he can, so Billy Tompkinson really needs to read the scout, push him back left. They're running that elbow isolation to go right at Billy. You know, they've run it previous possession for the back door off the corner, now for the isolation. Going to probably keep coming to it as long as they get productivity out of it.
Rejects the screen. It's all the way to the rim, no call. We'll go again to that side, a little two-man game. De Geest unable to find his range early on. Don't expect that to last. Tompkinson, free throw line jumper. That's money.
And he is a scorer. I mean, that's what he offers.
Previous Wellington under 19 rep this year. Haven with the pressure. De Geest on the pull-up. 5 points, the lead. They'll wind it down for the last shot. Sione with a deep three, and the quarter comes to a close. Christ Christ College rather, up 18-13 over Dub C. Five points the lead for Christ College over Wellington College. This AA boys Pool B matchup. Both teams coming off a win played earlier this morning. Wellington College getting up over New Plymouth boys. And in the South Island Derby, it was Christ College getting a win over Kashmir in their first game, so both undefeated. It's Hayden Dixon for Wellington College.
Yeah, and I think Christ will be really happy with how this first quarter has progressed.
Tompkinson, you know that's his strength. One of the leading scorers for Wellington College throughout the Wellington competition. There's William Tompkinson. Nice little set there to free up Tom Crutchley, that was.
Under 19 Canterbury rep, they run their quick set to get that catch. Sparky using the same play package as he used with Rams during NBL.
Makes sense. Good pressure coming there from the Christ College guards. They force a turnover, well done. Almost. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Wellington College retain possession. They go down low into William Tompkinson. He's had the hot hand, not that time.
Yeah, he almost took out our camera work at the back of that hoop.
Christ College in the white strip. They get a nice little catch there again for Tom Crutchley.
Yeah, Coach Tautau and his team, they're going to probably need to talk through how they're going to guard some of these actions, because at the moment, Christ College is pretty much getting what they would like to get when they want to get it.
It's good execution so far. Nifty footwork, almost pulled it off. Tautau.
Christ College just completely disregarding the stretch for Hayden Dixon on the perimeter to double down on the post-up.
There's the Geese again. Andrews Paul on the push for Wellington College. Calls Lelei into an early on-ball. Just a bit out of sorts here, Wellington College, with this period of play.
Yeah, a lot of bench players on at the same time, so we see that they're trying to sub back in their two starting guards, but they've been caught on the scorers table for a long time because there hasn't been a stoppage, and as that occurs, we see Maxwell Darling and that quicks play continue to extend the lead.
Lelei, Tautau. Kent Royds draws contact on that drive. Some subs coming in. Sione checks back in, as does Jaden Taufali. Well executed play out of the timeout there, out of the baseline. Hayden Dixon. Risky pass, that cross court, especially with Andrews Paul in there. Unable to convert though, those are costly errors.
Yeah, we've seen multiple missed layups by Dub C. It's preventing them from extending the score. It was a very good job of the guy guarding the 2-on-1. He had a choice between making the smaller Andrews Paul and Helu make the shot, and he forced it to be the smaller guy who struggled to finish. They need to talk about that, so timeout. Christ College up 7.
No, you can easily bring it up, and you're totally fine. You're going to bring it up on that, right? Or can we just stay with the play that works? So if we call pick Max, if he dribbles you out, you just screen for Max to go, and it's okay. If he's going to do that, you just come to the 3-point line and take your guy, because Will's picked his dribble up. If it ends up like that, somebody's got to come to Will to make himself available. You're better just to hold the ball and let it be a 5-second call than you are to throw a live.
Tom thinks up when he's in the air.
Dubsy, I'll do 1, 2, 3.
Dubsy.
Let's go, wake up. Everyone wake up. Let's go.
Go. Stay together. Team, 1, 2, 3, 2. Hey, okay, guys, it's good for us. Come on. Hey, let's fight here, right?
7 points the advantage for Christ College in the white strip. They go deep out of the timeout into Lelei Tautau.
They did a good job. They've been running that UCLA duck play that was clearly well scouted by Christ. They changed the action that led to that ducking, and they were able to catch them by surprise.
Hands in the cookie jar there from Jaden Taufale. He gets his team another possession. Here they go again, looking for that quick little big-to-big duck-in play. A lot of contact there, not called. Christ College with a little screen and flare action for the shooter. Well kicked ahead from Lelei Tautau. Nice little assist there.
We see Dub C when they've had their starters and they've been in a much stronger position, but when they go to that heavy bench unit, they really struggled. So hopefully they work out the units that they need to play going forward in this game.
5 seconds on the shot clock. The Geese going to have to get busy. Going to have to shoot it. They get it off just in time. Sione probing. Haven Dixon. Sparky Dickel calling for over the back call.
Gets a warning from referee Brad Clive. It'll be interesting to see how that little battle of wits plays out as it progresses between the referees and Coach Dickel.
Darling looking to go to work. Feels like he's got an advantage there, and Dixon comes down with it. Really good at drawing contact is Sione. Helu. That time, sideline on ball and gets in deep to the lane and just attacks the big fella. That's what you want.
Yeah, and Darling feels like it was clean, but it looked to me like he caught him on the back of the head, so it's a good foul call by the officials.
Good with the second. It's all tied up here. Second quarter.
7-0 run for Dub C to bring it back to being even digging.
Stagger action to free up the Geese. Darling lets it fly from deep. Dub C a chance to get the lead. Haven Dixon just loses the handle there.
Yeah, Tom Crutchley did a good job of holding his ground and taking contact in the chest.
Stewart out front for Christ College. And they go back to a little stagger action. De Geest with the pull-up. Pretty. See why American colleges have been after that boy. Max De Geest. Big future.
Yeah, well, he's going to have the opportunity to build one.
3-second violation called on Lelei Tautau.
They're doing a really good job, Dub C, of pressuring the post feeders. They're trying to use their best players, the likes of Harrison and De Geest, to be the screeners and the shooters, and that's leaving their lesser perimeter players to have to be the feeders. And Dub C's doing a good job of pressuring them and making it hard for them to enter the offense.
Andrews ball with a pretty backdoor play to Sione Helu. They work so well together, those two. They were the keys to stopping Dub C when we played them. It was getting Sione and Kieran Andrews Paul under control. And here you can see just a nice little backdoor pass right on the money.
Yeah, and Jackson Stewart out at Invercargill, I don't think he's marked too many athletes down those parts, the like of Helu.
Christ College still with a 3-point advantage. 4 minutes to play in this second quarter. Big ramifications in this matchup. Knowing that Palmerston North Boys is one of the other teams in the pool, as we see a pretty little layup there from Maxwell Darling.
Though, as we speak, Palmy boys are engaged in a very close tussle with Kashmir, which is another game in this pool. If you're wanting to track all the results around the traps on Twitter, #ShipChamps or @BasketballNZ, they'll have all the information there for you to see what's going on.
Managed to miraculously keep that ball in play. Here's De Geest. Straight on, pull-up three. Great job on the glass there. It's Sam Julian.
Yellow 5, hold, what?
I think that could be on Lelei, and if it is, it likely is his third foul.
It is. They've called 11. It wasn't on that one, it was this one here. And Lelei there, you can just see top of your screen, just put his right hand in.
It's his second foul, so not quite as perilous as we thought.
You can see the man doing all the damage is Darling. What an imposing figure he is. And you can see just the range of skills. He's had drives to the basket. He's had little post moves. He's had little duck-ins. He's defended quite well at the other end.
Yeah, I mean, they've really struggled to get any post-ups out of Lelei. They got the one coming out of timeout, but other than that, they really haven't been able to get any productivity out of that matchup.
Sam Julian on Sione. He gets loose.
Every eyeball in the Christ defense is on Sione. If Wellington College back cuts against his isolations, they should be able to find easy layups, but they're just staying static, and every one of them is watching him as well.
Pretty little floater from Max De Geest. He's got some skills. It's the first time I've seen him play. His dad and the De Geest family are big supporters of basketball.
Yeah, his dad's sitting down on the end of the bench in the
blue shirt. Yep. It's got the Geese bathrooms, well-known business down near Oamaru. There he is, Brian de Geese. A few pick-up games against that guy. You can see he's probably had his nose broken a few times, as old Brian, but his son's doing very well. Here he is with the ball. Nice little pull-up on cue. There we go, Max de Geese.
He's been getting to that right-hand 15-foot pull-up at will, and he's been knocking it down. So they're going to have to push him left or get a little bit more help from the big in those pick and rolls. But they'll be reluctant to do so because that'll open up Darling. Tafali gets fouled on that three-point attempt as he gets chopped in the crown jewels.
Seems to be all right. And here's de Geest again, going to his right, and with the step back this time. Back-to-back buckets for Max de Geest. All of a sudden, it's 9 points the advantage for Christ College.
And Sam Julian doing everything that he can to try to stop Sione Helu getting the ball, but he comes on a second side handoff and is able to draw the foul.
It's always nice when you've got a you know, maybe a bench player that comes in and really does a good job for you on the defensive end, and he's really come in and put the heat on Sione. We'll take a break. It's Christ College 36 over Wellington College 27.
So what we do here is we do the drag. Drag, Jenny comes here, come off, Jenny come off the drag, Jenny come out. Look for the line to slip. That's what we want. Here, he's got to pass him the hand. Yeah? Go put it in the bucket. On the defensive end, you can't sit back and water those screens. You have to be up so you can pass the ball out. Yeah?
We know this. We know the front. Hit up on. Top C, 3, 1, 2, 3. Top C.
9 points the deficit for Dub C. The yellow strip, they run a little stagger action. Get Sione out of the corner. Well run play. Christ College, here's the hot man at the moment. It's Max de Geest with the ball, calling the shots. Little flare screen action.
Yeah, but they had the backside corner filled, which meant there was no real space for it to occur.
Corner three ball, nothing. Well picked up on Crutchley. It'll be a shot clock violation. Tautau still unable to connect. Sigh of relief as they get a foul call.
It was a great offensive board by Sione Helu. As a point guard able to go up in traffic and get offensive rebound. Pretty valuable skill to have.
Oh, he's definitely got hops. There's Sione. Here's a look at Lelei, Tautau. Samoan national team member.
Yeah, at under 18 Oceania Championships. I believe he's played for Samoa at that event twice now.
Coached Lelei a little bit last year in a tournament. Took him up to Hastings and very efficient in the post. And as we've mentioned before, he does have a little mid-range jumper. Still got another year at school, and it's timeout taken from Christ College. Just trying to protect this lead. They're up 36 over Wellington College on 28.
Tom, you're going to screen for him to loop. You got it? Now, Tom, as soon as you set that screen, you've got to come back to the ball. Will, if you don't get it, you guys go handoff and you're bringing it up. If Max gets it, you come up. Max, I want you to come and set a flat screen for him here at half court. If he's got him beat, you don't need to screen anyone. It's only if his player is on it. You just stand at half court and you try and...
You're up the front. Front. These two guys are here. Yeah. Find the man, you go to the front. Don't overshoot him. Head and foot. Yeah? For the sleeve. But late, you just got to be on the ball and they're pushing, yeah?
Top shot 3, 1, 2, 3. Top C.
7.8 seconds left. Wellington College with a foul to give. Darling, they don't use that foul. And the shot clock will wind down, and it's an advantage to Christ College, up 36 over Wellington College, 28 at the end of the second period.